Welcome back. It's hour number 2 of Reaction Monday here on Jocks. This is three-man front. Pat Landrum, Molly Conrad with you until 2 o'clock. We'll hear from Kalen DeBoer coming up at noon. Hugh Freeze at 1:30. Also on the program, we will hear from Bill Clark, former UAB and Jacksonville State head coach. He will join the program at 1 o'clock. Impressive wins for Alabama and Auburn. I know that it was not the top notch of opponents, but still business was taken care of. Auburn wins 42-3 against Ball State. They have South Alabama coming up this upcoming weekend. Alabama blows out ULM 73-0, which means they will now get Wisconsin. And Bama is a big favorite in the game, according to Las Vegas, as the lines were released yesterday afternoon. They are almost a 3-touchdown favorite over Wisconsin. Meanwhile, Auburn is a 24.5-point favorite against South Alabama. Some interesting games in conference play. Georgia, a 6-point favorite on the road at Tennessee. Ole Miss is a 7.5-point favorite at home against Arkansas. LSU, 9.5 over Florida. Mizzou's playing University of Louisiana Lafayette. They're a 25.5-point favorite. A&M underdog, a 7-point underdog to Notre Dame in South Bend. South Carolina only a 6-point favorite at home against Vandy. And UAB is a 10.5-point favorite at home at Protective Stadium against Akron. So that's your current point spreads as we look around what's going on. We'd love to hear from you. 1-800-239-WJOX, the Courtesy GMC text line, 205-834-9450. Let's go to Don Don. Kicks off hour number 2 here on the program. Hey, Don Don.
Hello, guys. Happy Monday to you. And, Pat, what a day I had down in Auburn. I got down there about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was already packed down there at 10 o'clock. I mean, it was unbelievable down there, and all the new light system and the new technology down there was just unbelievable.
Did you and Damien go to the game?
Yes, sir. We did.
Okay.
Had a great time. Went to 17, 16. Had a great time.
So Damien behaved.
Yeah, he did. He did, and a lot of people remembered him from last year. So it was a good day.
Oh, that was good. I mean, Damien's a good luck charm. Every time you and Damien go to a game, Auburn wins. So maybe you and Damien should just get season tickets together.
Sorry, guys, I'm on 280. Sorry about that truck. I'm on 280 getting gas. But but I got to meet Melvin and a family friend of his, and we had just a great time. And I tell you what. Ran into a lot of listeners down at 1716 that really enjoy our show. They were very complimentary of you guys, and even Crimson Conrad.
They're big Conrad fans now because they get to see Conrad wearing makeup every time Alabama loses. So
let's be honest,
right.
they were intoxicated.
Right. Now,
they're just telling you what you wanted to hear.
Okay. So, Molly, if the Badgers win, you get to paint Bucky the Badger on his face, right?
She is in the process of doing something right now.
But she will be painting my face like a badger.
Yes, that is the.
We're actually going to smear honey on his face and let a badger go wild.
Yeah, and speaking of Molly, guys, who in the world is it? Houston Central?
Houston Christian.
Houston Christian.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like East Texas A&M that everybody's playing now?
It's pretty much. I think so. Yeah.
Not to be confused with Dallas Baptist.
Right.
Or Texas Christian.
Yeah.
Or Texas Christian. Or Southern Methodist.
I got a line question for you, Pat. Do you think they're going to start adjusting these big lines, like, Auburn being a 43.5-point favorite, Georgia being a 48.5-point favorite? I believe Miami was 59 points. So you think they're going to go away with setting those big lines like that?
No, because once again, people need to realize that when Las Vegas comes out and they give you a point spread, it is not a prediction by Vegas of what the score is going to be. It is a point spread trying to get equal value on each side of the line for gamblers. So they're trying to entice each side. So that's the number that you see. No, as long as their numbers in Vegas support whatever they're doing, whether it's a low line or a high line, I mean, they're going to continue to do it.
Well, a good example of that, guys, and Landrum, you might be able to answer this question. I heard that on Sunday, a friend of mine had Navy. He got the line at like 15 points, and then it shoot all the way up to 22.
It was at 21 late in the week. I don't know where it originally started. I never saw 15.
Yeah, I didn't either, but he told me he got action on it. So hey, more power to him.
Yeah, or maybe it was a teaser. Maybe it's something he did.
That's possible. That's very possible.
Hey, Don.
Yes.
I had somebody that was at the game, and they texted me. They said the atmosphere at Auburn was the best and loudest that he'd ever seen for a lower-level opponent.
Oh, Landrum, let me tell you, buddy, it was off the chain all day long. I mean, I got down there at 10 o'clock, and I hate to say this to the Auburn people down around Timbers Corner. They were charging $50 to park all the way up at Timbers Corner, Landrum. That's just ridiculous. So I got my little secret place that I parked at. I just had to walk a good ways, but I parked for free instead of paying $50. I can tell you that.
Well, I can kind of see it. They probably get it all day long too, but $50 and you got a car full of friends, everybody pitches in. It's really not that bad.
Well,
but I understand you not wanting to pay it.
Yeah, me and Damien are together and everything. I wasn't going to pay it. Me and Damien.
We know Damien's not going to pay it.
Yeah, did Damien pay it? Did y'all split the cost, or did you take care of it yourself?
Of course not. Of course not. He ain't going to do that.
Damien just jumped out of your car and said, "You're on your own. Go park."
Yeah, it's probably what he did.
Well, basically that's it. He goes on his own when we get to my little hangout and everything, which is all good. It's all good. Hey, more power to him.
No, Damien had to go. He had to go to Haley Center and get the tiger paw painted on his face.
Yeah, he does. He likes to do that.
Yeah, you know me, guys. I don't need no help. He can go do what he wants to. You know me. I can meet people. I'm good at
yes, you can.
Yeah, it's never a problem for you.
Hey, I'm not the mayor for nothing, Landrum, right?
That's right. Well deserved.
Well, guys, I'll see everybody tomorrow. And hey, my buddy PG, hang in there, buddy. I know you're upset and everything, as all Gators are and everything. And by the way, did y'all see all the videos of what they were chanting when they were leaving the stadium?
Oh, yeah.
It's ugly, and you just read their schedule off a few minutes ago. It ain't going to get no easier.
No, not at all. Thank you, Don. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it, man.
The AP poll came out yesterday afternoon. Alabama went up a couple spots to number 19. How about Florida State, now a top 10 team, after they beat East Texas A&M Commerce University Technical School, whatever they're called. They're now a top 10 team.
Yeah.
Alabama's up to 19. South Florida, and this, once again, these polls are just for entertainment purposes only. How could you beat two top 25 teams, and you mean to tell me that you think that South Florida is only the 18th best team in the country? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is just a joke.
Well, what they didn't want to do, they didn't want to vault them up too much before they go and play Miami.
Wouldn't that be great, though, a top 10 matchup? Miami, South Florida.
South Florida beats Miami, though. That's the story of college football.
I know you were too young to remember it. Landrum and I remember it, and hardcore college football fans will remember. I'll never forget. It might have been a Thursday night, Landrum, where Rutgers and South Florida met each other, and I think both teams, I know one of them was top 5, and it might have been two top 10 teams.
Was that Rutgers?
Yeah.
Yep.
The first time.
Yeah, they were still in the Big East, right?
Yeah. It was Rutgers and South Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, South Florida was a top 5 team in America.
They had dudes. They had dudes all over the place. Sounds like they do again this year, but
I'm just saying, if you've looked at the line, it's pretty much the exact same as the USF Florida line. Just saying.
It's just, yeah.
Just saying.
That game right now?
Yeah, it's plus 17 for USF right now, I believe.
Well, are you betting against South Florida right now?
Heck no.
No.
But what's so interesting, if you look and you compare and contrast the two polls that came out yesterday, you've got the AP poll that says that South Florida is the 18th best team, Alabama's the 19th best team. The coaches poll has Alabama 18 and South Florida 24th or 23rd. And they beat two top 25 teams.
Yeah, that's a joke. I know it's just rankings, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, but really?
They probably have the most impressive overall resume in the country because of who they've had to play and who they beat the first time.
And Arizona was 12th last week, and you went on the road as a 2-touchdown right at what was the line?
For Arizona State?
Yeah.
5.5.
Oh, it was? I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more than a touchdown.
I thought it was a touchdown. I thought it was 7.5.
I did too.
Because we were talking about how the worst team in the SEC is only a 5.5 point underdog too.
Okay. Doesn't matter what the line was. I would have lost the game because I had Arizona State.
Yeah,
but Arizona State's still in the top 25 according to the coaches poll.
Well, you had to travel and take on a
first time in 6 years they've played
top
on the
tier team from the SEC,
eastern side of the Mississippi River, and you lost.
So where's the strength of the SEC now? Is anybody talking about that with what Oklahoma did to Michigan, what LSU did in week 1? I don't have all the games in front of me, but
no, they're still worried about the Alabama loss.
Florida State.
Alabama loss.
Florida
and
lost
Texas
to South
loss.
Florida.
And now, obviously, Florida losing. Yeah, that's bad.
So the SEC's down again.
But
Sure.
if you look at the ESPN FPI,
Oh yeah, people love this one.
Now that's something you can trust.
that is what you need to forget about the AP, forget about the coaches poll. You have to pay attention to the ESPN FPI.
That's right.
Oregon is number 1 this week. Texas is number 2. Ohio State is 3. And coming in with the 4th best team according to ESPN's FPI, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's so bogus.
Hey, Auburn is 11 in the FPI. I'm sorry, FSU, Dave, but according to ESPN, you're not a top 25 opponent. You're not a top 25 team.
Yep.
Florida State is not ranked according to ESPN's top 25 FPI.
You can mask your deficiencies with your AP voters that you send out the gift baskets to, and
Yep.
some of the coaches that you grease the palm of. But FPI, they'll figure you out.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, there's, in my opinion, no reason right now that you wouldn't have both of those teams ahead of Alabama. But
Where is top 25 wise? What
In the FPI?
Yeah, what team stands out to you the most?
That's the most ridiculous?
Just them being in the top 25. Like, wow. Is Mississippi State in the top 25?
No, Arkansas is.
Okay.
They're at 18. Alabama in the top. That's ridiculous.
It is.
That's fraudulent. They got LSU as 15.
Where do they have Clemson?
Clemson's not ranked in the top 25.
Okay.
I mean, that's one of the less egregious things, I guess, after the performance you saw.
Based on two weeks, and again, no disrespect to Troy, but
Well, I hate to see this. There are no ACC teams ranked in the top 25 unless you count Notre Dame as a quasi-ACC member at number 10.
Wait, Miami's not in the top 25?
Oh, I'm sorry. Miami's 21.
Okay, I was about
That
to
was
say.
the only one. Sorry.
No way they're out of the top 20.
We were just talking about the Big East, and I was thinking of the old
Yeah,
days.
but
of
North
the
Carolina
Big
was
East.
so impressive.
Yeah.
Who did they play again? Was it a team from the American?
Who?
trying to remember. North Carolina.
Charlotte. They played
Oh,
Charlotte.
they
Yeah,
played Charlotte, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's who
Yeah.
it was.
Mm-hmm. They did. So you got the AP poll where Auburn is ranked for the first time since, 2021?
2021?
2021.
Yep.
But they're not ranked in the top 25 according to the coaches poll.
I think pretty confident they're a top 25 team right now. That
It's
can
very-
change.
It's
but
very
right
odd
now,
that the coaches poll and
absolutely.
the AP poll is not mirrored each other. But this week is it's all over the place.
It's been a fun start to the season. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to, I don't think there's any team that you would just look at right now and go, wow, that team looks way better than everyone else. Everybody's got questions.
So Kelly Ford, who is a contributor to this program at times, if you go to his website, the K Ford ratings, he has just put out this morning the projected SEC standings. Would you like to take a guess who he has listed that is going to finish the season with 6 SEC wins, 6.4 SEC wins to be the number 1 team in the regular season? 6.4 wins.
LSU.
That would be incorrect. Texas.
Okay.
Number 2, Alabama. Still Alabama. You look at Vegas, they still love Alabama. A lot of the analytics still loves Alabama. K Ford has them slated to finish number 2 in the SEC.
And I think Texas and Alabama, you could easily say, are the two most disappointing teams so far.
He's got Ole Miss 3rd, Tennessee 4th, Georgia 5, LSU 6, Missouri 7, Auburn 8, Texas A&M 9, Oklahoma 10.
Well, of all of those teams that are there, the one that I would remove and where they are would be Ole Miss.
They got some things to figure out.
That shook me a little bit, that game.
Yeah, and
I expected more against that team.
Well, and it's, with it being a revenge game and everything from last year, yeah.
And based on the winning probability on their schedule, he's got Texas as an 80% chance of winning 6 games in the Southeastern Conference. Alabama has a 61% chance to win 6 games in the SEC. Ole Miss next at 57%, Tennessee at 41%, Georgia at 31%, LSU 22%, Mizzou and Auburn both at 16% of winning 6 games in the conference.
That's interesting.
So for whatever reason, maybe they're looking at some numbers that we're not looking at through our eyeballs. But people still think that Alabama's going to be right there when it's all said and done.
You stay healthy, you give max effort.
It's amazing what happens when you try, right? You look pretty good. Got some good players out there. Just got to try.
Yeah.
It's good to see Bray Hubbard running.
Kalen DeBoer start handing out game balls for effort.
I mean, you got guys on the roster I didn't even know existed. You got, what was it, Chigwin or whoever scored that touchdown late? Never heard of that guy in my life.
Yeah, I was on the phone with Conrad as Conrad had just left the stadium, and I started laughing, and he was like, what? And I said, well, Alabama just scored again. He goes, well, who scored? And I told him, and he was like, who? Mr. Crimson Conrad did not know who number 23 was.
Never heard of that kid in my life, but I'm glad that he was out there on Saturday.
Hey, by the way, we talked about it.
And he was a senior.
But Ahmad Hardy, the kid that came from Louisiana Monroe, he was a freshman last year, and then he transferred to Missouri. That showed up pretty big, don't you think? They don't probably win that game without Ahmad Hardy at running back, Missouri over Kansas.
Yeah, I mean,
that was needed.
He was massive, and it was also a glaring deficiency in the Alabama game that was their best player last year.
So 4 ranked teams scored 70 or more points this past Saturday, including Alabama. Ranked FBS teams scored 1,028 points on Saturday. That was 1 point shy of the single-day record in the AP poll era back in 1936. Blowout
Florida
Saturday.
could have kicked one more field goal, gotten the win and the record for us.
Yep.
So close.
Or if Alabama could have scored at least one more.
Gotten to 80?
They tried. It's all right. Florida State scored 77, so still work to do, Pat.
Yeah. Something to strive for.
That looks good, though.
Well, and I think a lot of, again, like I said earlier, I think a lot of people felt better about the performance they saw from Alabama, but also seeing Florida State. I know
Florida
they were
State put
playing
up 800 yards of offense.
Exactly.
It looks. I was going to say it looks better, and it looks really good if your gut smells on.
Oh, Florida State looks incredible.
If you're talking offensive stats.
Well, now it helps out Ryan Grubb because now the offense is averaging 45 points a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it looks a little bit better.
Pad those stats, baby.
Yeah, he was in his bag on Saturday.
And you got Auburn averaging 40 points a game now after 2?
Yep. Not bad.
Not
more
a bad
points.
spot to be in.
No.
More money, more points.
Yep.
That's what they say.
If you're going to play these lettuce games, I want to see 90.
Got pretty close, at least in Tuscaloosa. All right, more of Reaction Monday here on Jocks. This is 3-Man Front. It is Reaction Monday here on Three Man Front on Jocks. Welcome back in. Pat, I almost created Molly and Landrum as one. Call them Mandrum. Melandrum. Landrum, Conrad, Molly, myself, here until 2 o'clock. We'll hear from Kalen DeBoer coming up at 12 noon. We will see how we'll hear the way he sounds, if he's happy with the way things are going. It seemed like in his post-game comments, he was happy in regards to the team and how they performed.
Looked good in the hoodie. Looked comfortable on the sideline. And
he ditched the old collared shirt.
Doing that one again, are we?
I think this is the first time ever I was so excited. My favorite moment from the game. Alabama has a lead, and he is yelling at players on the sideline. I think that's the first time we've seen that from Kalen.
I think Kalen listens.
I hope so.
I think he listens.
Well, we all knew it was going to happen. It was we didn't know exactly how bad it was going to be, but we knew that Dan Lanning was absolutely going to empty the clip against Oklahoma State. No pun intended against Pistol Pete, but it was going to be bad. It was going to be really bad. And it was. 69-3 was the final score. I mean, we're talking about two Power 4, I'm using air quotes, Power 4 opponents. It's the worst loss in the Mike Gundy era, most points allowed in the Gundy era, second fewest passing yards in the Gundy era, the second most yards per play allowed in the Gundy era. Every time Oregon snapped the ball, they averaged 10.2 yards per play. 10.2 yards. It even got worse this way. So Carson Cunningham, who covers the Oklahoma State Cowboys, he's one of these podcasters. So he posted on his Twitter account, imagine spending the money to travel to Oregon and buy tickets to watch Gundy punt from the Oregon 42-yard line down 13-0 as a 4-touchdown underdog. So that's what Carson Cunningham tweeted out. He covers the Pokes. Well, one of Gundy's sons, Gavin Gundy.
That's a great name.
He responded on Twitter to Carson Cunningham. This was his tweet at Carson Cunningham. Imagine being this pathetic. You will never understand the size of balls it takes to do what he does and how Oklahoma State would be completely irrelevant without him. So you can sit there and tweet all you want, but you will never know what it takes to be successful in life. End of quote. That was from Gavin Gundy to Carson Cunningham, who Carson just basically tweeted, imagine spending the money to travel to Oregon and buy tickets to watch Gundy punt from the Oregon 42 down 13-0 as a 4-touchdown underdog.
So by Gavin saying that, that tells me that Oklahoma State fans, people that matter, they've been hearing it for a long time that they're ready for a change. And he's defending his dad because he doesn't say, where would Oklahoma State be without my dad? I don't think if you're still in the good graces of the folks there at Oklahoma State.
Landrum, I don't know much about the depth chart of Oklahoma State, but I'm just going to tell you this right now. I don't know if it has anything to do with the size of somebody's balls if you go to Eugene, Oregon. Mm-hmm. But if you get beat 69-3, I think there's a lot of people that go into Eugene, Oregon that probably can muster at least 3 points. I think you and I might be able to take that team and get at least 3 points.
Well, they used to be able to score points, and there was a couple of seasons where they actually had a pretty good defense. But last year, Oklahoma State, you want to take a guess what they were in scoring defense in the FBS?
I would say that
134 teams. Where did they rank, Pat?
I would say 123.
You were close, 126th.
Looky there.
Yeah.
So Gavin Gundy, not happy at all. Let's listen to Dan Lanning after the game, after the bloodletting there at Autzen.
Mike Gundy spoke quite a bit today and mentioned a lot about how much the resources are here, a lot of spending on the team here, suggested the roster cost $40 million last season, and also said that non-conference scheduling perhaps should be more aligned with budgets. Just didn't know if, with all of those comments, if you had a particular reaction or thoughts about future scheduling or how much there may be a disparity between these programs.
Yeah, it sounds like there is. Listening to him talk, like I said, I got a ton of respect for Coach Gundy. Ultimately, how blessed are we to be in a place that's invested in winning? If you want to be a top 10 team in college football, you better be invested in winning. And we spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse for why they don't, right? And ultimately, like, he's a great coach. They've done an unbelievable job, but I want to be a team that's competing at the highest level. And we're really fortunate to be in that situation. So I can't speak on their situation. I have no idea, what they got in their pockets over there. I'm sure UT Martin maybe didn't have as much as them last week, and they played. So we'll let it play out.
All right. That was Dan Lanning actually prior to the game. We'll get you post-game comments in a few moments. But this is Mike Gundy. Listen to him post-game losing 69-3.
I didn't do a good job of getting our players put in a position, and we were too complicated in all three phases. Tried to do too much on defense, tried to do too much on offense, and we ended up not being able to execute and being good at anything. And that's my fault. My message to the fans is to stay with us. I mean, that's what we do. It's in our alma mater. It's loyal and true. The one thing I can say is I understand they get frustrated. Fans get frustrated. People get frustrated. I don't get frustrated, but I don't like it. Okay? So, there's different ways to handle adversity. But people outside the program get frustrated. I get that. I understand. It's just part of competitive athletics.
Just part of it, guys. Losing 69-3 as a Power 4 team.
Oh, it just makes it so much better that you can hear the Oregon players celebrating in the background of that clip in the locker room. That's incredible.
And I watched all 14 and a half minutes of this press conference, and I'm not lying. At a couple of times during the press conference, he had to literally lean up on the table, and he had to ask them to repeat the question multiple times because he admitted how loud it was. I mean, even in the post game.
Yeah.
How loud it was, and he couldn't hear anything that the Oklahoma State writers were asking him.
Well, he's got a restructured contract that he just signed after January of last year or this year. He just signed
after they won 3 games.
He's got a reduced salary, so $1 million. They taking $1 million off the top of his annual salary, and that is going to go to compensating for NIL.
Okay.
All right, but then also a reduced buyout. So if he gets fired after this season, $15 million.
You can stomach
is
that,
all that they would owe.
Yeah, it's never good when a coach is having to refer to the alma mater. The loyalty, it's in the alma mater. That's not good. That's not a good sign.
And for all those out there that are Oklahoma State fans, just beware. If you do tweet anything negative, Gavin Gundy is watching you, and he could come after you with a great tweet and call you being pathetic. And you will never understand the size of balls it takes to do what his daddy does there in Stillwater.
I totally forgot who was running his defense. Todd Grantham.
Well, that doesn't help.
I thought you were going to say John Chavis.
I thought you were going to – oh, man, who was the USC defensive coordinator? Alex Grinch. I thought we were going to go –
It's amazing how a lot of these guys just continue to get jobs.
Oh, it's great.
Chavis,
America,
oh my gosh.
right?
Chavis had a couple years at Tennessee, but then he fleeced LSU for a long time. And
he went somewhere where it was like when he went to LSU, didn't he keep getting – was he at Arkansas?
I think he was. I think you're right.
It's like he just kept –
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, he's there now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's there now.
I mean, he was here in the UFL with the Stallions.
Had some health issues. Ended up taking him away from the sidelines.
Oh, I forgot. He was at Texas A&M for 3 years.
That's right.
And then he went to Arkansas. He was at Tennessee, LSU, Texas A&M, Arkansas, and then he was with the Stallions from 22 through 24.
Might be an interim coach here soon.
They're like bad pennies, man. You never know when they're going to show up, man. Heads up. It's just amazing. Chavis was always one of those guys.
Yeah, but think about all the lives he impacted, going to all those different stops.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, go look at the contracts that he signed at all those places. I think when he was at LSU, he was one of the highest paid in the country.
America.
Yeah, just remember that today, Florida fans, PG and Drake. That Billy Napier, he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. All right, this is Reaction Monday. Top of the hour, we'll hear from Kalen DeBoer right here on Jocks. Ryan Grubb is meeting with the media. The offensive coordinator for the Alabama Crimson Tide, Kane Womack, will be meeting in about 10 minutes with the media. And then at the top of the hour, we will carry the comments from Kalen DeBoer live right here on Jocks. Later on at 1:30, we will hear from Hugh Freeze. 1 o'clock, we will talk to Bill Clark, former head coach at UAB.
We'll continue to get your reaction over what happened the college football weekend. 800-239-WJOX, 205-834-9450. Our version of Robert Frost, the poet, and he knows it, Crimson Convict. How are you?
Hey, man. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. How are you doing after that 73-0 drubbing of the Warhawks?
Look, man, I felt bad. I texted a friend of mine during halftime, and I basically told him, I don't care if it's 100-0. I'm still not buying stock. I told Conrad, I'm currently in an Uber riding behind the bandwagon right now.
That's good.
Because, well, here's the thing. Yes, you took care of business in a convincing way, and I will say this. I don't care who you're playing. To hang the 70 spot
you have to be trying.
It's difficult to do. It's difficult to do. And I'll also say there's another team that hung a 70 spot on the Sisters of the Board this weekend, and I'm starting to think that Florida State may be in the conversation at the end of the year. I think that's a good team, man. They're starting to show me something. But as far as I'm concerned, I think, and I hope, because I'm going to bet on it this weekend, I hope that Kalen DeBoer understands he needs style points for the voters right now, and he puts it on a Power 4 Big Ten team and covers comfortably. Because, guys, if we can go between the hedges and we can pull that victory against the number three Georgia, then that puts us right back. That rights the ships in more ways than one. I think a lot of people had them with an L, that's possibly one that they would lose. So now we're snatching one back that we didn't think we would have, and it puts you firmly, comfortably back in the playoff conversation, and I just want to get your opinion on that.
Isn't it interesting, though, how you look from week to week and how our mindset changes on certain teams? Because LSU, as impressive as they were, they didn't look great against Louisiana Tech, and then there's just countless other examples. But, yeah, Georgia, they certainly look like maybe the Georgia team that we thought we would get, at least offensively. Just go out and handle your business. Wisconsin, you should be a 21-point favorite over Wisconsin. Go out and dominate.
Yeah, they can't. Their pass game isn't that good. They've always got big boys up front. I think that we can handle that one pretty comfortably. I hope we can. But here's the thing that scares me, guys. Have we seen consistency with this coaching staff yet?
Nope.
At all?
No.
That's the only thing that holds me back. That's why I'm still in the over. Like I said, it'll be a different conversation, and I don't know what my material is going to be for Friday. I'm still thinking on that. I'm kind of thinking about laying off the board and going in another direction, but I'll definitely have something for you by the. Oh, by the way, for entertainment purposes only, how did everybody do this weekend, Pat?
In regards to the office football poll, are you talking about bet it or forget it, or are you just talking about me individually?
Oh, individually, brother. I couldn't care less about those other things.
I had a good weekend. For the lone exception was Lane Kiffin not covering. But no, it was another good weekend.
Look, there's a handful of coaches, and that's the reason I like betting on Lane. There's a handful of coaches I think on purposely try to cover that spread, and Lane Kiffin's one of them. I mean, if he can get that spread, he's going to get it.
Yeah, he looked sick. He looked sick when those of us out there that took Ole Miss in the points. He literally took it personally.
Something tells me Lane still has a circle of buddies that he still talks to, and he knew that some of them probably laid the points and lost.
I will say this. I would not be shocked if the Southeastern Conference office did not send a friendly reminder to the University of Mississippi that we do not discuss that, especially if you're a head football coach.
Landrum, I did not think about that angle, bro. You know what, man? You are a critical thinker, because I was not even thinking that. Do you think there might have been a call to the sideline saying, "Hey, let him get down in field goal range"? You know, then you got to hope that he's smart enough to hurry up and take the field goal, because he knows he can't go for the touchdown. He's going to lose anyway. But
man, I better not comment. But yeah, you're right. You're right there on it.
All right, 10-4. All right, man. Hey, I'll catch up with you later in the week.
All right. Thank you, Crimson Convict. We appreciate the phone call. Maybe something because Alabama's playing Wisconsin. Dairy, cheese, maybe a little wine with the cheese. That maybe he could throw that in there.
Yeah, that'd be
still
good.
whining about week one, but I don't know where you go from there.
No, but yeah, you could mix the cheese in there somewhere.
Yeah,
There's going to be more holes in the Wisconsin defense than a slice of Swiss cheese.
It's good.
Just spitballing.
Or you do something with Gouda and good. Yeah.
We need a really Gouda performance from Kalen DeBoer's team.
Artisan cheeses.
You got options.
Better with age. I don't know.
That cheese is going to be all shredded by 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. I don't know.
Text line 205-834-9450. Someone asked him, I am the only Bammer rooting for FSU to finish strong this year. You shouldn't be.
No, my second favorite team right now is the Florida State Seminoles. Need them to be, like Crimson Convict said, in the hunt for a playoff.
Well, you're
spot.
fully invested. You've wore their colors on your face
That's right.
with glitter.
I'm an honorary member, just like Jake Paul, apparently.
Years ago, it was pretty rare for teams to run the score up on the other team. Not rare anymore. I wonder why. The word classless. Is that what it is? I wouldn't say classless. I think some of it has to do with money. You got guys that you have paid money to come and be a part of your team. You're paying NIL dollars to them, and you want those guys to get touches.
I think if you were to also ask certain coaches, right, like Coach Vincent, who we respect, a whole heck of a lot for what he did here at UAB, when you're going up and against an opponent like that just came off a very disappointing performance the week before, they are going to throw everything they possibly can at you to get out of that funk. You know that's what's coming.
Bryant absolutely knew what he was walking into.
Absolutely. It was the same thing you heard, and I know they won in week 1, but it's like the Grambling coach last week when someone asked about Ohio State, and he said, we know what we're walking into.
Well,
we're not going to win this football game. It's just
that's why last week, following the loss to FSU, I said, and you agreed, and we all agreed, there's nothing that they could do against Louisiana Monroe or Wisconsin that's going to change my mind or erase a lot of Alabama fans and what they saw in Tallahassee. The next test, and all right, and it's what Crimson Convict pointed to, they're in Athens.
And I agree with what he said, right?
You can fully buy in again, right?
You win that game, you're 3-1. A lot of people had you 3-1 at that point with the loss to Georgia anyways. So maybe it looks a little different how you got there, but I think at that point, people would start to buy in again. But that's a big if. You got to beat a really good Georgia team in 3 weeks.
Yeah, this listener says still not buying Bama right now. It was ULM.
Yep.
Still waiting on justification, putting a Bama team who got dominated by an unranked FSU team last week is number 6 in y'all's power rankings. Bama shouldn't be above any team with a current better resume. Should be 15 till proven otherwise.
First off, we don't have a power ratings on this show.
I didn't want to say that because I was like, oh, did somebody put out a power rating? Like Conrad got bored and put out a power rating. We don't have a power rating.
Did we have them at number 6 in the preseason maybe? Because we did power ranking like 3 months ago.
Yeah, nobody has said that they should be ahead of Florida State.
Darren from Tennessee said, my Kentucky buddy sent me this. Our offensive coordinator has now coached 14 games at Kentucky. His offense has more interceptions than touchdowns over those 14 games. And Calzada had to leave with a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Is he going to be okay, or do they care?
Their quarterback play, it has been so bad for so long.
Here we go. FSU could be better than Georgia.
FSU looks good. They look really good right now.
Someone saying y'all's podcast. Are they talking about the Bill Clark? No, I wouldn't. There it is.
No, that is not us.
No, it's not.
That is not us.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Bama looked great. However, I don't think they got a sack. No, a lot of tackles for losses, though. Even though they played ULM, I was happy with the execution, physicality, and passion of the team along with the coaches. Let's see if they can carry it through the season. Thank you, Zach in Huntsville.
I will say, like I think the previous texture was talking about, the one thing that did stand out about the ULM game to me is Alabama still has a very difficult time sacking the quarterback. A very difficult time with that. That absolutely has to get better.
Vanderbilt will win in Columbia outright on Saturday night. I could see it.
I think you can make an argument that Vanderbilt should be in the top 25 right now. Just comparing what they did to Virginia Tech to what South Carolina did.
Regarding feelings about Bama, in parentheses from a Bama fan, this is Paul in North Carolina. He texts in, FSU was a failed first test. La Monroe was a 10-question quiz that the teacher warned you about and told you what to study. They aced it, which is great, but it was only a quiz. Next up is an open book test with Wisconsin, followed by another true test at Georgia. Good weekend, but it was only a quiz, that Paul in North Carolina reminds us.
It's a good analogy. I
like that.
Yeah.
We'll continue with your text, your phone calls. Kalen DeBoer, his press conference live from Tuscaloosa at the top of the hour. It's Reaction Monday here on 3-Man Front, your home for college football and more. Jocks.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll hear from Kalen DeBoer, fresh off of Alabama. Big win over the weekend against La Monroe. It was a big win. Why? Because they were 0-1. That's why it's a big win. So let's hear what he's got to say. Coming up at the top of the hour here on Jocks, we'll hear from the head football coach of the Auburn Tigers, Hugh Freeze, at 1:30. Bill Clark, former UAB head coach, he will join the program and get his thoughts over the weekend coming up at 1 o'clock.
You got a South Alabama team that's rolling into Jordan-Hare. I was actually pretty impressed with them against Tulane. I know maybe it's not last year's version of Tulane. You've got some guys that departed that went via the transfer portal. But they have the quarterback, remind you of, Tulane does anyways. That was at BYU, and all that scandal surrounded. But that was a close game.
Yeah, it was.
With South Florida. Golly, it's on the brain. Should be. Best team in the country.
So Brett McMurphy, he has just posted his bowl projection update. So sorry, Conrad, you're still going to Nashville.
That's all right.
So the 73-0 win did not impress Brett McMurphy. Brett McMurphy had Alabama playing in the college football playoff, but then when they lost to Florida State, he kicked them out. He's got them playing Indiana in Nashville in the Music City Bowl.
Expand that thing to 24 they're in.
He now has Auburn slated to go to Jacksonville, Florida to play in Duval County against the Louisville Cardinals in the Gator Bowl. And here in the Birmingham Bowl, Mississippi State. Cowbells will be ringing in downtown Birmingham, according to Brett McMurphy, as they're going to take on the Houston Cougars and Willie Fritz.
Lebby gets them to a bowl game.
Woo! That'd be very impressive.
Contract extension. Lifetime.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sign him up. Actually, I think Mississippi State would bring a ton of folks. I think that'd be a good atmosphere.
To Birmingham? Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
And I think Damien could return the favor to Don Don.
Oh, take him to this game?
Take him to, because Damien likes the cowbell from Mississippi State.
See, but now he's in an interesting spot because he's an Ole Miss fan now.
Nah,
so
he's fair
having
weather.
to fabricate this hatred for the Bulldogs.
I think Damien saw enough from Austin Simmons.
And for the Nebraska fans out there, all one of you, that would be Molly, the Tennessee Vols slated to take on Nebraska in Tampa.
Ooh.
In the ReliaQuest Bowl that Alabama played in last year.
Yeah, that's not a fun bowl game, Molly. Be careful.
Yep.
It rains.
You're going to get the monsoon. Probably not.
I'm just happy we're still in a bowl game.
Y'all in a good spot right now.
When do you think it's going to turn for her? Because she keeps, we're just lucky to be here.
They're going to get one big win, and she's going to get real high on her horse, and then we'll see where they go from there.
When they play somebody decent.
I've just been scarred too many times.
Might be a while.
Does that happen this year?
We play Michigan.
Yeah, but
it's Michigan.
After this week,
you play an Iowa team, it just falls. Minnesota,
No.
Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State.
You guys go to, they'll drive you pretty good.
That will be the.
Probably. I wouldn't be.
That's when you'll settle into the season. It's
Yeah.
like, that's the Nebraska I know.
That's the Nebraska I know and love still.
I would have different thoughts on that if they were coming to Lincoln. But
I
Happy
would agree
Valley.
with that.
So what do you have them slated right now? After seeing them against, who'd they play Saturday?
Akron.
Akron, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Akron, Jomo.
I'm going to go 8-4.
I thought it'd be higher.
Don't be selling your team short. Have you seen your schedule?
I have been scarred too many times, you guys. I have seen us lose too many games we shouldn't lose.
Well, that's
I can't
Conrad
get my
lately.
hopes up too high.
Hey, Molly. 6-5 in the last 11 games. We're over 500.
What did Raiola say after the game? He said this is a different Nebraska. We're going to start trying for 4 quarters.
They better. He did say that, though.
We will go down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and hear from the ball coach at the University of Alabama. Kalen DeBoer will be on the program next. His comments after a shutout victory of La Monroe. Next hour, 1 o'clock hour, I should say, we'll hear from Hugh Freeze right here on Jocks.